My family abandoned me after a false accusation. Now they want to reconnect. When I was 17, I was in a relationship with this girl. Her name was Jenna. She was 16. Things weren't perfect, but I really cared about her. One day, I found out she was cheating on me. That was painful enough, but when I confronted her, everything spiraled out of control. Instead of just ending things or admitting the truth, she falsely accused me of rape. At 17, I didn't know what to do. I was scared, confused, and then suddenly, the world turned its back on me. The police got involved. I was arrested. I went through a long and stressful trial. I'm grateful the jury found me not guilty, but that didn't undo the damage. My family? They didn't stand by me. My parents, my siblings, everyone I thought would believe in me, just shut me out. They didn't wait to hear my side. They didn't ask questions. They believed the accusation and treated me like I was already guilty. But it wasn't just my family. Friends I had known for years, neighbors, classmates, even teachers, people I thought I could count on, started looking at me differently. They avoided me. Judged me. Talked behind my back. Almost overnight, I lost everything. I was disowned. I was alone. And the silence was louder than anything anyone could have said. It was brutal. The shame. The rejection. The complete isolation. I felt like I had nothing left. And yes, at one point, I thought about giving up entirely. But then I remembered I had a friend in Indonesia. Someone who didn't judge me. Someone who believed me. So I left. Not just to escape, but to survive. To rebuild. In Indonesia, I started over. I focused on healing. I got into college. I worked hard. I met an amazing woman who never saw me as broken, only human. And she stood by me. Today, I'm 26 years old. I have a career I'm proud of. I have a child I love more than anything. And for the first time in a long time, I feel whole. But after all these years, after silence, abandonment, and pain, my family has reached out. They say they want to reconcile. They say they want to make amends. And honestly, I don't know what to think. Part of me is glad they're finally acknowledging what happened. But a bigger part of me is terrified to trust them again. How do you trust people who abandoned you when you needed them most? How do you believe someone's apology when their silence already said so much? I'm scared. Scared that letting them back in will reopen wounds I worked so hard to heal. But I also wonder, am I being too closed off? Do people deserve second chances? Or are some bridges burned for good? Truthfully, I've never felt at home in America since all this happened. The place that should have been my foundation ended up breaking me. But my culture, I'm Mexican and Filipino, helped me stay grounded. Even when family failed me, my roots gave me strength. I'm proud of who I've become. But that pain, it still lingers. So I'm asking, how do you move forward from something like this? Is forgiveness possible? Or do I just continue building my life, without the people who chose to walk away? If you've ever been falsely accused, or betrayed by the people you thought would stand by you, I'd love to hear your story. Your advice. Anything. Because I'm still trying to figure out what healing really looks like. Update. I think one of my old friends told my parents that I have a child now. And suddenly, they want to reconnect. Maybe they're only contacting me now because they want to meet their grandchild. But I'm still doing no contact. Not out of hate, but because after everything, I still don't know if I can ever trust them again. They chose to believe a lie. I chose to build a life without them.